Hi, I'm James Crowhurst from ICT Techie, and today I'm going to review IPEVO Whiteboard App. This app allows you to annotate over a real-time camera image, or a library image, or a blank whiteboard. The app is free and it's available from the App Store on any iPad. Okay, when you first load the app, it does talk about using a document camera. And you can see that I've not got one detected. That's fine, you don't have to use this app with a document camera. It works perfectly okay without. I'm going to start by showing you some of the features by pressing the Help button. So here, at the top, you can see this one's for use with the document camera. This allows us to go to a live image, which I'll be showing you in a minute. We can switch boards, add new boards. This one takes us back to the screen we're on now for help. The pointer is quite useful, I'll show you that one in a minute as well. Save the screen, the record, go full screen, and if we come down to the bottom, you can move the board. You can draw with pen 1 or pen 2, we can erase, and we can add text, lines and shapes. We also have a handy undo and redo feature and a clear feature down here at the bottom. You can also note in the middle, look, it tells us that we can pinch and zoom in and out just like you can in most apps. Okay, to start with, I'm going to go into camera mode. I press the camera button. Here you can see I've got a little drawing that my daughter has done, and it's instantly on my camera. I can annotate over this using pen 1, which is highlighted at the bottom, the red one. If I press on that again, I can choose different colours. So I could choose blue, and now I could annotate over that in blue. So I might draw around the handlebars, or I could change that back to red, draw over the seat. If I press that again, you've also see we've got translucent colours a bit further down. So I could go to the yellow, and I could highlight over the wheel, and you can see through it slightly. You can also change the size at the bottom here, so I can make a smaller pen, which looks a little bit like this. And if I take that all the way up to the top, use a thick pen that looks like that. Quite a range of different things you can use there. Going to clear that by pressing the bin. Notice you do get a confirmation, so if you press it accidentally, it's fine. Pen 2 gives us exactly the same features, and the rubber again allows you to change the size. That's quite handy. So if you've done an annotation over something and whoop, you make a mistake, you can rub it out. Very useful for annotating over children's work and things like that in class. You can also add text using the A's at the bottom down here, and if you press it again, see you can easily draw squares. Very nice for highlighting over things. And look, I can change the colour of my square now, and I've chosen square, and I can change the thickness. So I could draw another square here over that wheel, highlighting the two wheels. If I press on it again, look, I can choose an arrow. So I can put some arrows coming in, pointing to these. You notice I've got a delete button there as well. So if I was to press on one of them, like say if I press on the arrow up here, look, I've got delete, so I can delete that arrow away. Or I can undo it using the undo, so I could bring that arrow back or take everything away. Very simple. When I've done my annotations, let's just put some arrows onto here to so arrow to the wheel. Maybe I want to add some text, so I've selected the text tool now. Look, I can go into text, so I can increase the size, decrease the size, change the text colour. So let's label that wheels. Okay, and press done. Okay, so now let's say I want to save that. If I go up to the little camera icon next to the arrow at the top, it allows me to save it to my camera roll. I can send it to Evernote, or I can email it to myself. And press save to camera roll, image saved. Does ask if you want access to your photos like most apps do, so okay, image saved, job done. Let's get rid of those very quickly. Another cool feature, the arrow. So I can use that to highlight and point to things. I might want to highlight some writing, something like that. It doesn't just allow you to annotate over a live image though. If I press the plus up here, I can annotate over an image from my photo library. I can annotate over an image from my iPad's camera like I'm doing now. I can take a screenshot for using later, or I can annotate over my current screenshot. So if I press current screenshot, it takes a snapshot straight away where my camera is, and now I can move my iPad around and I can annotate over it so it's not as wobbly now. So I can highlight my wheels. Let's add something else on here. So actually let's put some arrows onto it, look. So I can put some arrows pointing to the wheels now. All sorts of things we could do. Also at the top, the red circle, that allows me to record. So I can record what I'm saying while I'm annotating over things, which would be very useful for later use. That saves it straight to your camera roll as a video. Okay, and that's it. Very simple app, really easy to use, does what it says, and is very good for showing children's work there and then on the screen and giving instant feedback. Thanks for watching, and check out more videos on my blog.